It's a midweek video. It was just going to be about my travels that I took where I went to see some Civil War battlefields and Shenandoah National Monument. I know nothing to do with music, but I'm diversifying. But on Monday, I received my Grateful Dead box set. Now, Noble Records, Dylan from Noble Records has already shown this. And if you're one of the 50,000 people that subscribe to his channel, you've seen it. But now you're going to get my abbreviated, non-expert version of it. And just in case you don't subscribe to Dylan from Noble Records, now I'll be the first. So what was neat is it came in a box, and look at it, the tape was even Grateful Dead, okay? So that was pretty cool. It was extremely well wrapped. It had these extras. Supposedly, this mat, and first 3,000 who ordered it got this. When you spin the map, it's supposed to make like little cartoons, bears or whatever. I don't see it. It just spins. It just looks like a bunch of blurry lines going around. So I guess my eyeballs just can't make it out. Or maybe I need to be on, smoke a joint, take some LSD to make it work. I don't know. But it is pretty cool, isn't it? It came with some decals, very nice. Vinyl Me Please anthology, and this is for podcasts. So you scan this, and you have 4 podcasts that talk about the albums that you purchased and about the Grateful Dead. It's about the experience, immersing into the music. So it's very well done. When I bought the Zamrock one earlier in the year, on Zamrock, they just posted through email, hey, we're going to have this podcast. This is much better because if you missed it, it was all gone. So it came in this nice box. Now, the box set. It is extremely heavy. Isn't that beautiful? First off, what do I know about the Grateful Dead? Not much. I've never been a Grateful Dead fan. I had a few CDs, and I just began purchasing a couple of their live albums. Here's what I learned. I like their live music better than their regular studio albums. I just find there's more vibrancy, there's more energy to it, which is what a live album should be. So why would someone that's not a Grateful Dead fan buy a frickin' box set this big? Either I got screws loose, or I really just wanted to learn more about them instead of just buying 1 or 2 albums. This, when I looked at it, seemed to me to have some of the essential albums. I thought, well, that's just a good way to go to get the Grateful Dead that I need, and so I did. Now, I don't even own a tie-dye shirt, by the way. When I was in high school, I made a tie-dye shirt. It did not help a cool factor with me or anything. So here we go. Side. Isn't that neat? Part of it. Very, very nice. So here we go. It comes with a book. I have put Cat outside, so Cat's not here to help me turn the pages. This is embossed. Very nice. Well done. I'm not going to go through every pages. I'm not going to go through every pages. Yes, English is my first language. Very nice. There's essays in here. And on the podcast, after you watch the podcast, then tells you what chapters you should read about the certain albums. So very good. And now the albums. Working Man's Dead, an obvious classic. I had this on CD in purple. Everything's in a MoFi sleeve, or Dylan said rice paper. And I like that. What really would have been nice is if they also just had a regular inner sleeve, just for fun. I mean, inner sleeves are really cool, especially if you make them kind of vintage like they had been. That would have been a nice addition, but it's really thick cardstock on this. And we have American Beauty. And this is on red. You see the label. Truckin'. On these first two albums, so I've listened to the first two albums, they sound really good to my old ears. My problem that I have, and this is just because I'm not a Grateful Dead, shall we say, a huge fan, is there's a lot of slow songs, and I really like when they jam. That's what I love. I love jamming. Jammin', we should be jammin'. Live Dead, Grateful Dead. Neat, nice black and white. Like I know anything about this album, but it looks really neat, doesn't it? Pink, and is the other one pink also? Nope, and orange. We got a lot of colors on this. Has Dark Star, I've heard of that one. Love, Life, Death, Don't Have Mercy, We Bid You Good Night. Very neat, very nice. Next, I had this one, and this we have Europe 1972. So I had this one on a CD, I'm pretty sure, because it was considered to be a very important album. And when it came to my CDs and buying CDs, that's really nice. I like to get ones that, you know, I might not like, but they're important to listen to. One color. It's like a box of crayons, isn't it? I mean, they really went to find all the neat colors. Oh, there's a little, and they're orange. And on here we have, like that. And maybe this was in the original set. So just some pictures. Okay. Our next album. And here we go, Wake Up, Wake of the Flood. You big fans of it? Rod Happy Hippie. I know you're loving this. Randy, Randall Weaver, you're probably digging it. Very cool looking vinyl. We have, so maybe I'm going to become a Deadhead. You never know. That's kind of a trippy painting. Had a guy in Minnesota painted that for me. I was making a music room down in the basement. I bought furniture that was red, yellow, and that. And I says, I need something to go with it. Really cool painting. Okay, and Terrapin Station, a famous one. I had this in CD. I think I enjoyed it, as a matter of fact. This shows how much I played it. We have Reckoning, so another live. So this is a nice, between their live work and some of their classic studio albums. We have blue. Blue's my favorite. Hi Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? And red. Neat artwork. And final one. We have Without a Net. I think this is one Dylan says really hasn't been available out there, hard to find. Okay, and the vinyl is kind of a reddish. Or blue. Alright, so we kind of got into red and blue quite a bit, but I guess that's very patriotic. It is election day after all, and yellow. Very nice. And that's that. So that is the Grateful Dead box set. And the inside of that. Exciting, just to hear what this is like. And I'm glad that there's a bunch of live albums. And, you know, it's going to give me a feel of what the Grateful Dead's all about. The immersion experience of going onto the podcast to listen to them talk about the albums and then read the essays. Hopefully we'll bring that back in. I'm a historian kind of guy. I like history. I like to learn and dig in deep about groups. So this should be good. So been waiting for this for a long time. Really happy to get it. Now, if you stay, let's show some travel pictures and some editing. I actually did a little extra editing. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Well, at least today there's over 10 people. There might be 20 on this flight. Still, pretty darn empty. But it's better than driving. This is where the critical turning point on the Battle of the Second Bull Run took place. Union troops were attacking up this hill. They were getting hit by 40 cannons that were on the side, and the Confederates waited and waiting up there, and once they got to the top, proceeded to blow them apart. So this is where it happened.
You know, it could be raining all day, so.
It could be, no rain. Nice Shenandoah Mountains. Antietam battlefield. Around here was one of where the bloodiest battles happened. Artillery coming from both sides off the hills, blasting everything within sight. Way over here, way in the distance, you see a monument. That's where the Confederate artillery was posted. And off in that green field is where the Union artillery was posted. And right here is where both sides got together and slaughter ensued. On here, 2,000 Confederate soldiers were holding off 10,000 Union soldiers. And for 3 hours, they did that until finally they kind of ran out of ammunition and had to retreat. 5,000 dead and wounded right in this spot. Called Sunken Road because the Confederates had that road and that fence to kind of help them fend off the Union as they charged through the field. When I think of the Civil War, one of the most iconic landmarks is this bridge here. And this was the bridge that's in Antietam, which was the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. We lost more troops were lost than any other battle until World War I. So what happened at 10 a.m., the Confederates had both sides of this bridge. Well, from here, from the forest and down the hill, the Union troops came. And they came down and they began to work and to start to storm this bridge. Well, they got pinned down and were repulsed. There's even, see, up on that hill, the Confederates had cannons. Now, this was a much smaller Confederate force, but they had the advantage of having the land. So at 11 o'clock, once again, the Union troops, here they came, they attacked. The muskets are firing, they have up there, the cannons are shooting, shrapnel everywhere. They attack, they get up on the bridge, bayonets are set, they're ready to go. And they clash with the Confederates. And it's a bloodbath, bodies everywhere, the river just turning red with blood. The Unions, once again, they're repulsed and they go back. Finally, it's 1 o'clock, and I believe Burnside was in charge. He said, let's do it again. And they did. And here they came, and they went up the bridge, and they attacked, and they clashed within the middle of the bridge. But now the Confederates, which did have a smaller force, was also running low on ammunition. It was hand-to-hand fighting, bayonets. But the Union, with superior numbers, finally pushed them through and got to the other side so they could continue the battle and relieve other troops. See this tree right there? That's a sycamore tree. That tree was just a tiny little, just a very new tree. And so that tree saw the Battle of Antietam here at this famous bridge.